my name is Pavithra Menon. On City 1016, we have Mr. Faisal Kapadia. A name good enough to take me back to my good old days. Mr. Faisal, welcome to Dubai yet again.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
This beautiful city has missed your voice for a while. I remember I watched your concert back in 2019 and now here we are with a brand...
2019.
Ring a bell?
2019 was, I think we did one at Bollywood Parks.
Yes,
right?
we did. Yeah. And talking about, you're back yet again. 20 years of your career. Okay, let's just talk about how you started off with Sar Kiye Pahar to Phir Milenge.
So the life goes before that.
Before that?
So my official, I would say, career started in somewhere 1980. That was my first, I was a kid and I started singing in this TV show called Sare Dost Hamare. It's a Pakistani kids show.
Right.
So that's how it started. Then made a band in 1988 with Bilal and Rafiq and Kareem.
Yeah.
Our first album came out in 1990. Second album when there was Sar Kiye Pahar.
Yeah.
Then there was a break, then there was a third phase which was 2000 when we released Dur, and then whole Indian releases, Indian movies, Zinda and Shootout at Lokhandwala, Spider-Man 2 and Cricket Song, a lot of collaborations. Then the fourth phase was Coke Studio production. We became the producers for Coke Studio from season 7 to season 10.
Yeah.
Then the fifth phase was we again relaunched Strings and we launched our last album, which was Strings 30 in 2018, 19, did a lot of concerts and all. 2021, March, we decided to end the band.
Yeah.
And here I am again with the song Phir Milenge.
How do you remember the entire timeline, Faisal? Like, kitna badam khate ho aap din mein?
I do remember. Thank God, I'm good with dates, which is
Your
good.
memory is pretty strong.
And all these moments, the timelines are, very special in my life.
Very special, yeah.
So वो याद रह जाती हैं.
Yeah, बिल्कुल. आपको पता है मैंने कितना खर्च किया है buying the CDs and the cassettes of Strings, like all throughout my life. मेरी मम्मी ने बहुत डांटा है मेरे को. I've even stolen money from her. From the fridge के ऊपर ऐसे रखती थी change, and I used to go to the music store and then buy your CDs and cassettes.
Nice.
And that's been there for a really long time. Now talking about Phir Milenge, right? It's a brand new journey, like you said. It's phase 2, is that what you want to call it? It's 2.0 of Faisal Kapadia, in a way?
Yeah, I would say 2.0 because the prominent journey, a prominent phase was Strings, of course, and this is 2.0. And I always believe that every end there is a new beginning. So this is a new beginning. It was never a thoughtful beginning that I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
When we decided to end Strings, the only thing was that we had a great 33 years, बहुत मजा आया, बहुत काम किया, and it's time to call it quits. कि भाई ठीक है, अब देखते हैं आगे क्या.
Absolutely.
And the new beginning started with Phir Milenge, with a call from Zulfi, and then everything slowly and gradually, just वो कुछ ना कुछ होती रही. I did my first solo concert in Dubai, Dubai Expo.
Yes.
This year only. This year only, March. So, and now, I just got back from a couple of concerts in Mauritius and US. So, it's been interesting. I'm enjoying it.
I don't want to say this, but it's been through decades, right? You've also stayed relevant, like your vocals, your style of singing. How do you do that? Like, how do you stay relevant with the kind of melodies that you put out through so many age groups as well? Like whether it was the 90s, the 80s that you started, you're telling me, and the early 2000s. Now we're in 2022, Faisal. I mean, how does that work?
I think...
Deliberate attempt hai kya ye?
No. Open to newness is one thing that one has to be open about it. That कि ये मैं नहीं करूँगा या ये मेरा वो नहीं है नहीं. Surprisingly, just recently, when I was in Mauritius, I sang a ghazal also on stage. थोड़ी सी कुछ आज जाने की जिद ना करो या एक कहाँ हो तुम चले आओ मोहब्बत. So I'm not confining myself to anything. And I was just telling youngsters the other day when we met for the song that the first rap we did was in 1990. Not many people know about it. There was a song called...
I thought this was your rap.
there was a song called मैं हूँ तुझसे, and I still remember मेरी आंखों में तू बस जा, मेरी सांसों में समा जा, मेरी नींदों को तू ले जा, मेरे ख्वाबों में तू आ जा, मुझको ऐसी जगह ले जा जहाँ प्यार मिले तेरा, मेरे टूटे हुए दिल को ज़रा साथ मिले तेरा, तुझे दिल दिया मैंने, तुझे प्यार किया मैंने, तेरे तोहफे जो खरीदे वो उधार किया मैंने, तेरे चेहरे में जो कशिश है, तेरी आंखों में तपिश है, तुझे पाना मेरा मकसद, मेरी यही कोशिश है. Again, now I'm not that 17-year-old that I can be breathless, but
this is good enough. And this was 1990.
This was 1990. So at that time we were trying to figure out that, okay, what is our direction? So we had a song, rap, we had a rock and roll, we had ballads, we had rock songs, everything in our first album, because we as kids, 18 years old, we still wanted to find out what is true.
Yeah.
We found that out in, I think, in album Dur.
Yeah.
That was our direction, that okay, this is what we want.
Yeah.
And then we kept ourselves in that direction. We never thought we'll be socio-political band, but then later on, we did songs like मैं तो देखूंगा, खुद कुछ करना पड़ेगा. So yeah, I think with times we have moved
evolved
around.
as well.
Yeah.
And evolution is very important,
Very
is what
important.
you're saying, for an artist to stay relevant throughout if they love their, if they're passionate about what they
And
do.
now the timing is such that the times are short now.
Yeah.
So you need to change. You need to be relevant at a very constant and frequent level. It wasn't earlier 10-12 साल तक आपका एक ही style चलता
था. Yeah.
And that's it. You don't have to worry about, you release one album and that album will go on for 6-7 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now things are moving so fast that you have to adapt to whatever is around you.
Yes, and speaking of Zulfi, I mean, what a brilliant man, right?
Awesome.
What has he done in season 14 Coke Studio?
Yeah.
Every song curated and produced by him. And there is a sudden shift also. अगर आप देखा जाए तो music में there's some
Absolutely.
electronic music coming in with melodies, and there's a lot of rap coming in, and not that, like the trash rap. These are meaningful rap. We had Mirza Ghalib saab ki, lines coming into most of the songs. I was just talking to Karakoram as well. Unke gaane mein bhi the meaningful lyrics, and even your songs. Tell us a little about Zulfi and working with him on Coke Studio season 14.
So with Zulfi, I think this is the first interaction we had. I still remember, of course, Call was a very popular band, and surprisingly, I'll tell you that in 2003, I think, there was a band festival, and where Zulfi's band appeared in 2003, and we were judging that competition.
Okay.
And of course, Zulfi's band EP was there, and Zulfi has worked with a lot of bands.
Yeah.
And plus, he's a very, very talented musician, and so that was our first interaction. Then again, with Call Time, we somehow bumped into each other. कभी कोई concert हो गया, ये हो गया.
Yeah.
But first hand jo interaction hoti hai, this was because I got a call from Zulfi somewhere last year that
let's do something.
Faisal, I'm thinking of this, and I said, Strings just ended in March, and this was somewhere June or July
last year.
Yeah, and I said, I can't think about going solo because that wasn't the idea of ending the band, that we want to go solo.
Yeah.
The idea wasn't. The idea was to end the band and just chill.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel, I don't feel right. It's just like.
Why? Is it some kind of guilt now?
No, it wasn't guilt, but I never thought myself as solo. I always thought I'm part of Strings. It's been 33 years.
Yeah.
So you can never think yourself that okay, मैं कुछ अकेले करूँगा. हर चीज़ हमने बैंड के साथ ही की थी.
जी बिल्कुल.
But then, as a musician, you need to grow. You need to learn. That is a journey which is never going to end. And if you stop learning, that's the end. So after talking to Zulfi, we had a long chat for an hour, and I was getting convinced that okay, I'm not doing this for the sake of doing it for fame or doing it for something. I'm doing it something to learn. Working with Zulfi, working with young stunners, it will be lots of learnings, and I want to learn. So I said okay, I'm on, and then he sent me the melody, and I just loved the first part, what he sent, few lines.
Yeah.
That's how it all started, and the experience was phenomenal. The video was a one-take video, which was another very challenging task.
Yes.
It was a one-take video.
Yeah.
We all are singing live, and we all are just coming into screens.
What a
and,
set, no?
Amazing.
Everything just came out perfect, and I think it was a treat for the eyes and our ears. It's been amazing to just listen to you also. I mean, every time he talks, I feel like इतनी melody भरी है इनकी बातों में भी. I feel like धानी रे धानी. I feel like that's just ringing in my ear right now, honestly. Now, which song are you most excited to perform? Anything from Coke Studio? Anything from yours?
I think फिर मिलेंगे.
फिर मिलेंगे?
Yeah, because we haven't performed it live with youngsters together.
Yeah.
That was the first we performed live when we recorded it.
Yeah.
And this is now the second time.
Oh.
So I'm very excited.
Challenging?
I think music is something that you should not take it as a challenge, you should take it as fun. देखिए वो जो सुर हैं गानों के वो तो हवा में होते हैं, हर बार अलग ही निकल रहे होते हैं.
Yeah.
So you need to just enjoy it. It's not mathematics that 2 + 2 has to be 4.
Absolutely.
You just feel it. Crowd सामने होता है तो आपकी feeling कुछ और हो जाती है. जब आपका पूरा बैंड साथ होता है, जब आपके co-artists साथ होते हैं, so
the energy is different.
Absolutely.
What you say. And that's the best part about this time, Coke Studio. This is live for the very first time in the UAE. If you still haven't bought your tickets, I have no idea what you're doing. Just go to Coca Cola Arena's website before they run out. Book your tickets and be there. Legends
Otherwise,
are
call
there.
at 101.6. I'm sure they will have some free tickets for you.
Please don't DM us saying that, yaar, free tickets de do. That's not going to work. Because it's totally worth spending that money. I mean, come on, look at them, look at the songs, the legacy that they've had. Can you just sing 2 lines just for your die-hard fans out there? The amount of songs that they've asked.
दिल के किसी कोने में ही याद तेरी मैंने छुपा रखी है, छुपा रखी है.
Ah. Thank you so much, Mr. Faisal Kapadia. It was such a pleasure talking to you.